What's going on, guys? I'm Sab and I'm back here to bring you another video today. In this video I just wanted to bring you this article. TouchArcade has a hands-on with Infinity Blade 3, and I did want to talk about that because they have some good information. So basically they have a preview version of the game. They don't have any story stuff because Chair asked them not to publish any story, because I mean, that's a good decision. I want to see the story for myself, but and they basically talk about the first two games, and then they say they've been playing a preview build, and it's safe to say the bar has been raised once again. Chair has asked us to avoid story discussion, as even the opening cutscenes have some major revelations for fans of the series, so instead we'll stick to gameplay. Back from previous installments is the whole item-based experience system, which is when you master items and get XP from those, and then magic system, in-game store, and all the other little systems that have added depth to the game. Similar to the other two titles, Infinity Blade 3 features the same best-in-class swipe-based controls, and we all know that Infinity Blade is probably the game when it comes to touch controls. They have figured out how to make the best touch controls. They've built it for it. It's not like Modern Combat where they try to put console controls on a touchscreen. It's built for touchscreen, which makes it much better control-wise. I'm not sure what it is about the Infinity game specifically, wow, but your swipes feel infinitely more connected to the actual action in the game compared to others. There's some kind of magic here that Chair manages to harness that's often imitated but never duplicated. As far as the actual combat itself is concerned, at least with what I've played so far, it seems like business as usual. Dodge and block positions are in familiar places, and doing well in fights often seems to depend on precise parrying. Now, you know my thoughts on that kind of stuff. Like the previous two, swiping in alternate directions multiple times in a row results in a parry break or block dodge break if you're doing that instead. And then you go nuts swiping across the screen. So it sounds like the combat's pretty similar to Infinity Blade 1 and 2, although, I mean, we know there are 3 new weapon classes. So I can't wait to see how those work and how those are used in the game. Oh, and if you were hoping for free movement controls, you're out of luck. The game is entirely combat focused with the exact same kind of stopping, searching for stacks of gold, and moving forward via defeating increasingly difficult enemies, which is what I like that. I like that it's focused on combat. I don't want free roam. I feel like that would take away from the rest of the game, so I like that it's combat focused. Like when the first Infinity Blade came out, I was a bit disappointed that it didn't have free roam, and I was like, why doesn't it have free roam? But after after an hour of playing, I realized that focusing on the combat's much better. Without getting deeper into reviewy sorts of stuff we're saving until after the game is actually available, I'd say the best way to describe Infinity Blade 3 is that it's just more Infinity Blade. There's not even a tinge of free-to-play to it. Yes! It looks better than any game I've ever seen on the App Store, and I'm not sure it gets more must-have than this. So I am super excited. This just makes me even more excited for the game, and it says it's just more Infinity Blade, which I am fine with that. I mean, there's tons of new stuff, but it is still Infinity Blade. So I'm super excited for it. He did say there's not even a tinge of free-to-play, so I have seen app purchases, but it'll be like Infinity Blade 2 where they're not necessary at all. So yeah, super excited. This is probably going to be the App Store's new reigning king. So I'm super excited for this. So yeah, I just wanted to bring this to you, and I'll leave the article in the description if you want to read that for yourself. But that's it for this one, guys. I'm Sab, and I am out.